Thomas Clardy was a 44-year-old man who had his whole life ahead of him. Although he wore his uniform proudly, he was so much more than a state trooper. He was my husband. He was a father. He was a son, a brother, and a friend. I struggled to find the right words to describe our feelings with the loss of Tom, to be able to give him true justice of who he was as a man and what he meant to us. To completely articulate the impact that Tom's death has had on our lives is truly overwhelming and difficult to do so. Words alone cannot describe the loss, the emptiness and the pain I feel every day, that we all feel every day without Tom here. On March 16, 2016, I kissed my husband goodbye, told him I loved him, and watched him back out of the driveway, not knowing that would be the last time I would see him. An hour later, because of a selfish and senseless act, his life was cut short. The life of a wonderful man who had so much more life to live was taken abruptly. That day when I was told my husband was killed was the day my life stood still. Our lives will never be as I once dreamed it would be. The man I loved, whom I was going to spend the rest of my life with, is gone. The lives of our children forever changed. Our stability, our normalcy, our peace of mind, and our strength is no longer here. The day I had to tell our 6 children that their father, the man that was larger than life to them, was no longer coming home was the hardest thing I had to do. Tyler, our oldest, was 17. He was just 6 weeks away from his high school graduation. Tyler shares Tom's passion for reading and writing that was instilled in him from an early age. Gabriella was 14, just into her teenage years. Lily was 12, a week away from celebrating her 13th birthday. Emma, 11, was in 6th grade. She was smart and witty just like her father. Eva was 10, Daddy's little girl. And then there was sweet Noah, who just turned 4 years old, walking on his daddy's heels every step he took. To Noah, he was Superman. Noah, who is a splitting image of his father, will only remember him through the eyes and memories of all of us who loved him. The emotional, mental, and physical toll from the loss of my husband stays with us every day. It will continue with us for the rest of our lives. Our children have gone through a loss no child should ever have to endure. I have watched our children silently suffer, always trying to be strong, but knowing the tremendous pain and hurt will never truly subside. As I look at my children, they look healthy and well. They are not the same children I knew 3 years ago. Their smiles are not as big, their laughter not as strong, and their hearts empty without their father's love. My heart breaks for my children and for Tom, for they will never feel his hugs, hear his voice, his laugh, and learn from his wisdom. He will never see his children grow older, to watch them become teenagers and adults, to mature before his very eyes. He will never see birthdays, first days of school, holidays, and graduations. He will never see his children marry or walk his daughters down the aisle on their wedding day, or never experience the joy of having grandchildren. He will not be able to experience the basic joys in life, reading a book, watching a football game, taking in a movie, and drinking a hot cup of coffee, some of the many things Tom enjoyed. As our children grow older, I see so much more of Tom in each of them every day, and it brings me so much joy, yet sadness at the same time. He will never get to see or witness the innumerable positive impacts he had had on their lives. On that tragic day in March, we lost our strength, our calm, and our laughter. We lost a man with a big heart full of life and joy. Tom had an unshakable sense of faith in family and unquenchable love for life. His intelligence, wittiness, sense of humor, and calmness held us all together. He had sacrificed so much for his family. Tom worked long days and nights to provide a better life for us, but always finding time, even if just for a few minutes, to spend with his children. Tom was a proud man, proud of his accomplishments, proud to go to work to support his family, and he was most proud of the life he made for all of us. And even though time has passed and life moves on, there's never a moment in my day when my thoughts are not with my husband, missing him, feeling lost without him, wishing to just have another minute to tell him how much I love him. Never again will I hear the sound of his black boots walking through the door after a long shift, reassuring me he was home safely. Tom and I will never have those quiet moments together talking about life, children, and our future. That was all lost on the day that he was killed. His life, so tragically taken for us for no reason, will always leave us with a void that will never be filled. Your Honor, my husband went to work on March 16th, not realizing he would not be coming home to me and our 6 children, to a life he cherished and to a life he deserved to live. Tom took his last breath on the side of the highway he had patrolled time and time again. He was killed by the defendant's reckless decision to drive in a manner that caused the death of my husband. I agree with the Commonwealth's recommendation of 10 to 12 years, and I respectfully ask you to take this into consideration during the sentencing decision. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the next statement would come from Tyler Clardy.
All right.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Please tell your name for the record.
My name is Tyler Clardy.
Thank you. You may proceed.
There is a certain loss one feels in losing a parent. It is immense at first, sudden and drastic, the sadness often overwhelming. However, over time, as most things do, that formidable sadness begins to recede, yet remaining ever present. It instead permeates into the smaller and quieter moments. That is where I most miss my father. The little moments, those times of comfort, humor, and joy, the times of connection where everyone is together and happy, the times of relishing and shared interests, the times of intimate and personal milestones. Those are gone, forever lost and stuffed away. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Your Honor, the next impact statement would come from Gabriella Clardy.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Just make sure you tell me your name, please.
Gabriella Clardy.
Thank you.
I was 14 years old when I lost my father, and it haunts me every day. My dad was my hero. My dad made us laugh, never caring what others thought. He would do anything just to make us...
I'll continue, if that's all right.
Yes, that's fine.
My dad was strong, patient, and a smart man, working hard to make sure we were taken care of. Through my dad, I learned to stand tall and be proud of who I am and what I believe in, and to appreciate what it means to be part of a big family. I am now 18, and my father has missed so much of my life. He has missed holidays and birthdays. He was not there to teach me to drive, to see me to get my license and my first job. He missed my high school graduation and being accepted into college. Something I know he would be extremely proud of. I ask myself every day, how is it possible that one day my father was here and now he's gone forever?
Thank you.
Your Honor, Risa Clardy would read the statement of her daughter, Lily Clardy, and would ask to publish the statement of her youngest son, Noah, at the same time.
All right, that may be done.
My daughter gave me this letter that she wrote to her father that she wanted me to read. Hi, Dad. Today I thought of your laugh and came to a terrifying realization that I can't remember what it sounds like. I try and try, but I can't remember. I can't remember your smile. I can't remember your smell. I can barely remember your voice. I look at the pictures, I watch videos, but I feel nothing. I feel empty, like my world's crumbling right in front of my eyes, and I can't do anything about it. I try, Dad. I try every day to hide my pain, but I just need you. I need you to tell me everything's going to be okay. I need you to take away my pain and come back. I need you to hear your voice, please. I need to hear it once more, just once. I don't speak of you, and I block out memories we shared together, and it doesn't mean I don't love you. I love you so much, but I can't fathom the truth of what my life has turned into. Nothing will compare to the pain I felt when you died. It's been 3 years, and that pain hasn't gone away. I miss you so much. I want my dad back. I want that big, strong, protective man to run through those doors and wrap his arms around me. Where are you, Dad? Where were you when I placed third in the state science fair? Where were you when I got inducted into Junior Honor Society? Where were you when I placed first at my cross-country meet? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry if I'm not the girl you want me to be. I'm sorry I cry every night, and I'm sorry that I'm not happy. I know you would want me to be, and I'm sorry for all the things I should have told you, but I didn't. I love you so much and will always make you proud of me one day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I thank Noah for his comments too.
Your Honor, the brother of Thomas Clardy, Drake, had submitted a written impact statement, which I will hand out. I believe Your Honor received a copy of it as well.
I have, and I have read that.
Thank you very much. Your Honor, there were two additional impact statements that ADA Farraco would read in at the request of the family.
Okay.
This is from from Thomas Clardy's sister and mother.
From Michelle Clardy, Thomas Clardy's sister. My name is Michelle Clardy, sister of Trooper Thomas Clardy. On March 16, 2016, you made choices that impacted many people's lives in a horrific manner. Your choices took the life of a brother, son, uncle, nephew, grandson, future grandfather, friend, and hero. I have wanted to look you in the eyes and ask you why. Why? I'm not sure if you have siblings, maybe not. Because if you were thinking of them, you might not have plowed your car into my brother's car and took him from me. Tommy and I had been through so much together. My brother and I had an unbreakable bond that was never broken in this world and will not be broken in the next. However, I miss him and I need his counsel in my day-to-day life. Your choices have made my life here on this earth way more difficult, way lonelier, and more unfulfilled. My brother will miss the birth of his first granddaughter very soon. She will never know my amazing brother. His 4 daughters will not be walked down the aisle at their wedding by their father. His youngest son, Noah, realistically won't even remember him. His other children will never be able to ask for his advice when faced with difficult choices. Tommy protected us all fiercely. He was someone that had your back in this godforsaken world. David, I believe that you need to be held accountable for what you have done, and now is the time for justice to prevail. But for my peace of mind and hopefully yours, I want you to know that I forgive you. Sincerely, Michelle Clardy. On behalf of Kathy Anderson, mother of Trooper Tom Clardy. As I sit here trying to put pen to paper, my mind racing, filled with hatred for another. There is so much grief. My heart is truly shattered, and you alone are responsible. Your thoughtless actions, your contempt for another, your complete disregard for human life, the day you killed my son. You have destroyed the lives of so many. The heartache I feel is all-consuming. There is so much sorrow, the pain consumes you. My soul is shattered. You have taken away a part of me. Grief weighs you down, crushing you, taking your breath away. My son did not deserve to die. You have taken a part of my soul and completely destroyed me. I will never get to see his face, never get to laugh with him, never get to hug him again. He will not be here for his children, never get to develop relationships with them or with his grandchildren. All they have is a distant memory that gets fainter with the passing of time. His nieces and nephews will never get to feel his love or his nurturing personality. His siblings will never get to take with him getting advice on life and love. I am broken, shattered. I also died on that fateful day. No matter the outcome of this trial, one day you will stand before God and take responsibility for what you have done. That is the only way we are able to get through the loss of our beloved. I pray for the Lord to provide my family with comfort and peace and take away the hatred I feel for you.
Your Honor, that completes the impact statements.